Yes.
So here's a camera. In case you want to say anything directly to the viewers at the end, maybe people can know you, your numbers, your social media handles, you, DM. Great. All right. I'm ready. Three, two.
Hello, everyone. You are welcome to another episode of Employment Wednesdays, and this has been the most wanted episode. So, you guys, you better watch the ads. Today, I'm seated with Advocate Danisile Mkwanazi. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I'm so happy that you actually honored my invite. So, thank you so much for honoring my invite. I truly appreciate it. How are you?
No, I'm good. I'm
Okay.
relaxed. I'm fine. These types of platforms usually turn to them when you want to sort of fuel up. You never think, oh, I would have never thought that I'd be on this side where I'm the actual fuel. But otherwise, I hope that I'll give positive feedback.
Okay, no, that's good. So before we go into our conversation, right, I'm gonna do some icebreakers, right? So, are you a coffee or tea person?
Definitely tea.
Okay, why?
Sorry, boss. No, coffee is not good on the
Oh, okay, you're
heartburn.
maintaining your height posture.
No. But otherwise, it's tea is fine.
Okay, and then if you had an unlimited budget and you wanted to travel the world, which country would you go to, and why is that?
I'd say New York.
Okay.
I think I'm interested in the lights, camera, action.
Okay.
Not that I'd be part of it, but it just looks interesting.
Okay.
And, yeah, the
I love
vibes there.
that. And then if you were to describe yourself as a drink, what drink would it be and why?
Mm, okay. Well, I'd say that I'm tea.
Okay, why is that?
Tea. It's calm. I give it a calm nature, and can have it anyway, anytime. Yeah.
Okay. No, I love that. No, you do give a calming nature. So now I want us to go into your career journey. As a child, what is it that you wanted to do? What did you think you were going to be?
Okay. Well, I'm the typical doctor
Okay.
child that's always wanted to be a doctor. The field that I'm in now, I think perhaps it was one of the options, but it was never a first option.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'd say a doctor, medicine. Um, I loved my biology, my maths, but otherwise, physics was not the easiest.
Okay.
Hence why I am where I am today.
Okay. So when do you decide you wanted to be a doctor? Is it because like it was one of the options, or was it because at home you saw people that were doctors and thought I could actually do the same thing? What was the inspiration behind that?
No, I think it's just growing up seeing the actual profession, not because I've got any people in my family. In fact, I probably am one of the first people to attain a degree in my
Oh,
family. So I drew no inspiration from family, but otherwise, it's the field itself.
okay.
Helping people. As I said, it's just one of those typical childhood careers that we look at or that we think about, and we consider them.
Okay, love that. And then when do you then decide, you know what, science is not going to work out. Let me take the law route. What gave you that realization?
Yeah, as I said, it's physics. Otherwise, my maths was not too bad. I was not really a theory person.
Okay.
As I said, I loved my maths. I loved my biology. So um, that's when I said, you know what, let me try now and find another option. When I was applying, I obviously didn't make it into the medical field,
Okay.
but
So you still applied anyway with your physics?
yes, I
nothing
still
to-
applied.
Okay, you had
They
a
even
hope.
made me write the tests.
Okay.
They made me write the tests and everything, but unfortunately, as I said, the physics was not good. But otherwise, they accepted me in law
Okay.
school at the University of Zululand. And I said, you know what, going far away, uh, not really the best option for me
Yeah.
because of finances and my background. The closest university at home, which was the University of Zululand, is the university that took me. I said, you know what, it's close by. I'm from Mbangeni. I might as well just join. And yeah,
And
that's
that was
where
that.
I joined it.
And how was your transition from high school into university? Were you prepared for what university was?
Yo, no, not at all. When I think about my transition, especially into the legal field, uh, it doesn't prepare you,
Yeah.
especially the jargon. I think that's what I struggled with. As I said, I struggled with theory. I remember from in grade 11, I transitioned from history to CAT. I don't know if
Okay.
you know CAT.
It's computer.
Computer application
Yes,
technology.
yeah.
In fact, my grade was the first to move to this FET system.
The new curriculum,
Yes, where they
yes.
have maths, lit, and maths.
Okay.
Yeah, we were one of the first grades to go through that. And because I thought this theory is just too much. The
Yeah.
history, it was dragging. So with my cat and that mathematical background, brain, I struggled, especially in my first year. I remember when I was in varsity, there was this guy. His name was Lagzan, I think.
Okay.
He was from Zimbabwe, and his jargon was he knew what to
Yes,
say.
he knew his story.
He knew. I'm like, how does he know all of this?
Yeah.
But apparently in Zimbabwe, they prepare you for where you are going in, where you're going to bridge into. So
Okay.
I think that's what that assisted. But otherwise, I won't lie, it was a struggle.
Okay.
But otherwise, with hard work and dedication, I eventually got to know the language. I mean, the jargon, and let me even say the language because we use funny languages there. But otherwise, yeah.
Okay, so what is that one thing about university that was a shocker to your system that you never thought you would go through in university?
I would get through.
Yes.
Um, let me say my final year.
Okay. Was it tough?
My final year, going or drawing from the part that I said I struggled with blending into law. Eventually, I got to know the jargon, but otherwise, I still had subjects or modules which I had from the previous years.
Okay.
And because of finances and everything else, I was just moving along.
Yeah.
So in my final year, I had modules from my first year
That you had
and
been
then
carrying.
that I'd been
Oh.
carrying. So my very, very last semester, I had 9 modules.
Shucks, that's a lot.
9 modules. And I think I got about probably six first classes.
Wow.
And because, sometimes you'd have third years writing with fourth years or first years, some modules we write, they mix up.
Yeah.
So I used to think, what if I have one module from the first, first year, and I'm writing one with the,
And the one from the fourth
year.
and then they're on the same day
and
or
they're
same
the same
time.
day, same time. But luckily there was no clash.
Okay.
And I got through the term, the semester, and I passed it. Actually, I thought I'd never make it, and I passed on record time. In fact, in my four years, and yeah.
And so you're studying, right? So firstly, what do you think actually helped you pull through? Because 9 modules in the last 6 months, that's a lot.
It was a lot.
What were you doing that a person sitting at home who is going through a similar situation can try and implement to make the journey less hard, I guess?
I think because we are different, I'm a person who works best under pressure.
Okay.
I think even at work they say, Ms. Mkanas, we know that you're going to execute if we put you under pressure. You know, I can advise a person, fine, to do in a certain way, but otherwise we are different. But the one thing that did assist me is literally locking in. That's what they call it now these
Yes,
days. Eh?
lock in, proper lock
I
in.
literally locked in. I told myself, you know what? I'm going to get this on record time and I need to study to understand. That's the thing about the law.
Yeah.
The theory that is there, you need to study to you cannot cram it.
Yeah.
You cannot cram the law. You need to be able to apply the law and know where to find the law and, you know, blend everything together and be able to answer accurately, you know. Otherwise, if you're going to cram and you say, section is saying this, you won't be able to, you know, say what you need to say.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, it's just studying.
Yeah.
That's
Studying
the
a
only
lot
thing. It's
and
studying.
just lock in.
And there's a lot of tools, Zige, manje. Unlike when we were in varsity,
Yeah.
we just had the textbooks. Now there's a lot of tools.
No chat.
You know, you know, it helps you navigate, break down everything. But as I said, study to understand.
Yeah.
That's what helped me.
Love that. And as you were doing your law degree, what was the plan? What were you going to do with the degree? Did you know that, or yeah, what was your thought process? Now you're doing law, now you're going to pass law, but what now after that?
Okay. I think once I got the drift of things, in fact, as I've mentioned before, that I went to, I don't know if I should say this, but I've mentioned in one of my interviews that I volunteered in courts. You know, I had to get into the drift of law now.
Yeah.
You know, I've started this, I need to finish it. So I asked myself, what can I do to actually just understand? So I went on to the practical side.
Okay.
I went to court, I volunteered and just understood things
Okay.
that way. You know, just got to do, sit with the prosecutor, sit with them, understood what they do on a daily basis. And I didn't think that that's what I want to do. You know,
Okay.
when you're a student, you don't know the different branches of law unless
Yeah.
you obviously knew
Yeah.
from the beginning. But for a person like me that didn't consider law from the start,
Yeah.
it was difficult for me to know, where do I want to branch in? Do I want to be an attorney? Do I want to be this? Do I want to go and be a legal advisor? You know? So when I got into volunteer, that's when I thought, maybe I like this.
Okay.
Maybe I like this. I remember I was in my 4th year when we did practicals. Busy presenting my case, bail application. And my lecturer, Shame, the late Mr. Ngobese at the University of Zululand, he said, you're going to be a prosecutor. And I'm like, maybe he's right, eh? And as I said, with the practical experience, I knew that this is what I want to be.
Okay.
This is what I want to branch into. I don't want to be a defense attorney. I don't want to do anything else. This is what I want to do. So that's when I got exposed to what I wanted to do.
Love that. So you mentioned volunteering at courts, right? Did you just walk into court? What was your strategy like for a person that may feel like, yo, I'm so scared of people. What am I going to get there and say? How does it work? What did you do? How did you plan it? Was it just randomly on a Wednesday and then you go there, or on a weekend?
Actually, it was. It was during the holidays, you know, during our recess. I think I was just fortunate that when I went into court, to a prosecutor's office, because it was our local court.
Yeah.
So I saw somebody that I was familiar with from high school.
Okay.
They were just also volunteering there. And they weren't studying law, but they were just sitting there doing the administration or something. And I'm like, hi, you know, we greeted each other. And then she told me that she sits here. And to my benefit, the prosecutor in that office usually accepts students and people who are coming to observe.
Okay.
You know, so that's how I blended in. It wasn't something which was that scary after I got to see somebody who was,
Familiar.
yes, who was familiar with. Yeah.
Love that. And then now, how do you end up being a prosecutor? Do I need to be an admitted attorney? How does it work? What do prosecutors do?
Prosecution, you don't need to be admitted.
Okay.
It's literally a different branch to being admitted as an attorney.
Okay.
The one thing that you do need is an LLB degree.
Okay.
Okay. So the one thing that the NPA has probably put together is the aspirant program. That is basically a bridge into becoming a prosecutor.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean that you need to go through the aspirant program to be a
Really?
prosecutor. Yeah.
Oh, I've always thought it's like, you know how with admission, you have to
Yeah.
do articles.
Yeah.
Or with being an advocate, you have to do pupillage. I thought
Even
that program.
even that itself, you don't need to do. Okay, you didn't need to do pupillage before for
Oh,
advocacy.
okay.
But otherwise, I'll get to it.
Okay. Yes. So, okay, you don't need to go through the program, but we want to know about the program because I always see on Facebook people screaming at each other, paragraphs on paragraphs. Yeah. So tell us more.
No, the program is obviously beneficial.
Okay.
They aim for people, not strictly, but they aim for people that are inexperienced, and you apply through the program, and that helps you to bridge into being a prosecutor. Because once you've done the program, the process after that is that they 99.9% retain you.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that is the application part, which is the aspirant program. But otherwise, they do advertise posts.
Okay.
And the requirements is an LLB
Just an LLB.
and years of experience.
Okay.
Perhaps 2 or 3 years of experience for district court. But the district court posts, they don't usually come out because they usually absorb from the program. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they don't come out, but they usually don't come out. The ones that do come out is the regional court posts. Now, the regional court posts, they obviously will take probably from the district courts, you know, and promote those people from the district courts. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't apply. If you've got regional court experience and you've got your LLB and the amount of years and everything else that they require there, you can apply.
Okay.
It's just that your knowledge obviously is not as broad as a person who's been through the program and who is a prosecutor. But as I said, if you go to the interview, if they shortlist you and they call you for the interview, that is your luck. I mean, I know a few people that have never been through the program.
Okay.
And they went from legal aid straight into prosecution. I know a person who also went from legal aid for many years and they now a state advocate.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, so yeah.
Okay. So then during this program, how does one go into the aspirant program? Where do they apply? Where do they find the forms? What are the requirements? And so on.
Well, the advert is usually everywhere. There's the NPA page on all the social networks, I think on Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube. You'll definitely not miss it when the aspirant program posts are out. But otherwise, the requirement is an LLB.
Okay.
I applied when I was in my 4th year.
Okay.
So by the time when they start the program, you have to have completed your LLB.
Okay.
That's just the requirement. It's just a basic LLB. You don't need years of experience anyway. You just need your LLB and to pass your exam.
Okay.
To pass your exam.
And how are those exams?
Vigorous. Nasty. But it's quite a lot. I won't lie. It's quite a lot. But I think, as I said, once you log in and you study to understand.
Yeah.
For me, as I said, I mean, I'm probably like a lot of people that are out there. university and they're looking to go into the program and they have no years of experience.
Yeah.
I was exactly in that position. I knew nothing except my volunteering experience and my LLB itself.
Okay. Yeah.
You understand? So it's just about studying. Yeah. And then one tip that I do give is to break it up into sections. People that are in the space, or obviously if you in your LLB, you know that there's criminal law and there's criminal procedure.
Yeah.
Just break your work up and study to understand.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
And how long are these exams? Like the sitting? Is it like 3 hours, 4
I
hours?
think
Is
it's
it
about
whole?
3 hours. You know, I wrote this about 12 years ago.
Ooh, okay.
Just by the way.
You're seasoned.
12 years ago, you know, I get a lot of questions and I'm always afraid to say, listen, this is 12 years ago. Just study. Study. There's no goat. There's no goat.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, I think it's about 3 hours if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. It's written in different venues. When you apply to a specific venue. You're not allowed to apply to different venues.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah.
And then when they accept you, how long are you in this program? Is it for a year, 6 months? How does it work?
It's a year.
Okay.
It's a year. The first half or few months we on theory.
Okay.
Basically going back to what you were studying for the exam. But
Okay.
this time we write, in my time, let me put it that way, but I'm sure they still do it this way. But we used to write tests probably every Friday. We would write a test. You have a tutor,
Okay.
and there's about 12 of you, 10. It depends on how much they decided. I mean, in my time, thousands of people wrote the exam, but they only selected the top, I think 30 or 40 for
What?
the interview.
So out of 1,000, only a 40 made the cut.
For interview.
Okay.
For interview. So they take the top.
Okay.
There's no pass rate. They'll
Okay.
take the top,
Oh, okay.
probably top 30 or 40. From that 30 or 40, you're called for interview. And then at the interview, they'll probably take 10.
Shucks.
Oh, they took 12 for us.
Is it 12 within the district or within the province? Or is it just 12 for the entire program?
No. Depends at that center.
Oh,
So
okay.
I was in the Durban center.
Okay.
Yeah. So as I said, you apply to the center that you want to apply at.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's a question that I got. Is it better to apply probably in an outside center where no one wants to go to, probably Limpopo? No, everybody wants this program. Everyone wants
to be part of this
Everybody
program.
wants to be part of it. There's no center which no one is going to apply in. There will be thousands of people writing that exam. You just do your best.
No, I love that. And then you mentioned how in the first 6 months you guys were tested, you had a tutor and so on. And then what happens in the next 6 months? When do you get to do the job? And what is your job?
Okay. Theory. And then we go on to the practical side. But obviously the practical side, especially because most of us come from university.
Yeah.
They try to target those people. We are inexperienced. We'll obviously practice in our probably wherever we are training before we go to court. So our tutor would go and source out dockets and we'll go from the beginning to the end of a docket, give us homework and everything. We'll come and act out, we'll have a defense. Just your practical, usually you do these mock trials in university, we'll practice that way. Once she sees, or he or she sees, the tutor sees that we are now ready, because remember that, as I said, we come from university. There's some things that are nerve-wracking, standing in front of people. Yeah, they prepare you for all of that. And then they let you go start sitting next to an actual prosecutor.
Okay.
You observe the actual prosecutor doing postponements, doing trials, doing everything, but you sit next to them In fact, sometimes you even prepare the actual
them.
role
Okay.
with them just to get the feel. Even though you probably won't stand up and do the cases itself, but you you prepare the role
Yeah.
to see how you're going to go through the day.
Okay.
Because usually, if you're a prosecutor, it'll probably start with your postponements, and then you go to your bail applications, you do your pleas, and you do your trials.
Yeah.
You just get that practical feel. Once you the tutor feels now we go to the next stage.
Yeah.
They say probably take one docket or a few dockets and do postponements. So you call the matter up, and you flow. Then you go on to the bail applications maybe, and then you go on to the guilty pleas. Then you probably at the end you'll do the trials.
Okay.
And sometimes even when you are doing a trial, that's when you'll be assessed.
Okay.
Yeah. So that will be after once you do all of that, it becomes second nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love that. How was your first official case like? Do you recall?
A trial, postponement, or
Any,
bail?
like the first time when they're like, okay, this is official. Now it's your turn, Faz.
Well, I don't remember the very first. As I said, that you start with your postponements.
Yeah.
If matters on the roll for further investigations are not complete, you're requesting a further postponement. So those ones I wouldn't remember. But I remember my first trial
Okay.
was a drug-related matter in Durban, and police officials stopped a person, found drugs in their possession. It didn't go well.
What happened? Were you the problem or somebody
No,
else was the
it was
problem?
not me.
It was never you.
It was not me. It was the witnesses.
Okay.
It was the witnesses. I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. But otherwise, the next one, the one that I actually got assessed, it went well.
Okay.
I remember even going back to my class and saying, this time I did it. My witnesses were all intact. For a prosecutor, they say your case is as good as your witnesses.
Okay.
You
So
understand?
bad witness is likely a bad case. Okay.
You don't take things personally. You just, execute justice, and you rely on them. What can you say? You rely on them. But otherwise, got my conviction then.
Okay. And what has been the most pivotal or rather life-changing case that changed you in ways you didn't think it needed to?
I can't say it's a case that I took to court.
Okay.
It wasn't a court-going case, but it was what is called an inquest.
Okay.
Those matters where a person died, and now they need to investigate whether it should be prosecuted or not, or whatever the case. Is there somebody who was negligent or not? Was there foul play? So those are called inquests.
Okay.
So I moved. Okay, I was now placed from Durban. I was now placed in the area of Mbangeni, which is where I'm from.
Okay.
So obviously, I would know some people
Okay.
in Mbangeni.
Yeah.
So when I got to Mbangeni, obviously a few dockets were handed over to me and some inquests. And one of the inquests that I got was that of a teacher that used to teach us in my primary school.
Oh, shucks.
And it was such a sad inquest because the whole family and next door neighbors' kids, they were coming back from church.
Oh.
They all perished in an accident. Now, in an inquest, you see each and every single picture of the scene.
Hectic.
So I think that was life-changing. I was like, no. But otherwise, we move, we soldier on. What could we have done or said? Yeah, but at least it wasn't, I can't say at least, but it wasn't a case which I took to court.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of finding, is there any foul play? But otherwise, I ended up just giving the matter to my senior. You know, sometimes you do get in situations where, as a prosecutor, you just, you know, you withdraw yourself from the matter or you recuse yourself from the matter. Yeah.
Okay.
You can't do that.
And then now, of course, everyone wants to be part of the program, right? And if a person is wondering, is it financially rewarding? Does it pay well? Well, not at your level now, but at a level of a person coming out of university.
No, of course.
Because now, if we talk about your levels,
No, of course. When you're straight from university, I think it's a fair amount of money to survive. Obviously, you're not going to live lavish.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a fair amount. I think the program also does stipulate how much do they give you. If you are admitted, you do get a bit of a bump
Oh, really?
than a person who's got no experience.
Okay.
Admitted or got years of experience. They do give you a little bump, probably 1 or 2K extra. I don't know. But otherwise, no, it's comfortable. You are able to move from A to B
Okay.
and survive. Yeah.
No, okay, that's good. And then for people who then once you did the program, actually, what did the program teach you about the law and yourself?
Okay. About the law, I'd say it was just an enhancement from university. And when it comes to the law, you need to know where to find the law. You need to know how to execute it, apply it. Yeah. But also, further to that, it teaches you prosecutorial skills.
Yeah. And what are those skills? If a person is one, because we're talking to lay people, third year student or fourth year student who doesn't know what skills they should have if they're considering to go into prosecution.
Confidence. Confidence,
Okay.
because when I was placed in a court, I was placed in a one-man station.
Okay.
I was alone there. There's no more tutor. There's no more or any colleague, in fact. There was no colleague in that one. That's what it literally is, a one-man station. You are alone.
Yeah.
You're going to figure this court out yourself. The matters that come here are yours. So organizational skills, confidence, as I said. You'll have people that are going to, especially in rural areas, you'll have people who, elderly men that are going to come in there and ask for Miss Mkwanazi, you know, or in fact, they just say Mkwanazi and they expect a man there. And you're saying, no, it's just me. You literally need to have confidence, you understand? And being organized, as I said, you are alone, being able to know where to find something and research, also confidence to even go out and ask. You know, you can't be sitting in a corner and just saying, Ish, I'm scared to call someone for help or assistance. And even people skills. Yeah. Being able to converse with people, be it the public, be it your colleagues, be it the presiding officer or even your colleague, legal aid board, will be your probably your best friend in court. Yeah. Well, not in court, but I mean, you'll always be with that person. And even the magistrates themselves. So you need people skills, organizational skills, all of that, and the law itself.
Okay. Love that.
Yeah.
And what did it teach you about you? What did you learn about yourself?
That I'm not shy, actually. I thought I was shy.
Okay. Love that.
No. Yeah, I could say it brought me out of a shell.
Okay.
You know, I am an only child to my mom.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have siblings. My family, not a very big family.
Yeah.
In fact, it's just me and my mom, and my guardian. But I've always been alone. So going out into the working world was a different kettle of fish. It was literally, yo, learning different personalities. It taught me, you know what? You're going to meet different types of people with different personalities, and you're going to have to be able to navigate yourself around
Yeah.
them. There's some people that are got a short temper, some people that are kind, some people, so it taught me how to be able to blend with different types of personalities.
Okay, I love that. So, what was your plan once you're done with the program? Did you intend on getting promoted and so on, or you were just like, okay, I'm gonna do this and I'll figure out the rest?
Okay. When I finished the program, as I said, I got posted into a one-man station.
Okay.
I then moved into other courts which are in and around Mbandini. Started moving around there. The NPA went through some sort of financial strain, so it didn't advertise aspirant program
For a long time.
for a
ne?
long time. I think it was about 5 years from 2015 until 2019. So it was 4 to 5 years where it didn't advertise any posts.
Yeah.
So we didn't get promoted. Nothing was happening. So whilst when I started, thinking, what is my next step? I'm thinking, am I going to be in the district court for a long time? No, it can't be. Okay, when the posts come out, I need something that's going to be different, because at the end of the day, we are all prosecutors. We've all been in the district court. In fact, there are even prosecutors that have been in the district court longer than I have, probably an extra 5 years than me. I need to do something that's just going to make me different.
Yeah.
Understand? So I thought, or even thought of exploring out, doing things that are probably a bit different. I don't know, banking or whatever, because you do get frustrated in one space for quite a period of time. So then I thought, no, with the Zondo Commission and everything, they're gonna need prosecutors that have knowledge in this, and are gonna be able to execute the prosecutions in this.
Yeah.
And I started researching. What can I do? What can I do? And I landed on compliance.
Okay.
So I said, you know what? Let me try this, because there was also a bursary.
Okay.
That was NPA usually gives out bursaries.
Okay. To further your studies.
Yes, to further your studies. And I said, what can I do that's in line with the Zondo Commission matters? I said, and then I saw compliance. I'm like, okay, yeah. I started applying. UJ took me, and that time was COVID as well. So I started it's called Legal Principles and Compliance, if I'm not mistaken, but it's a compliance postgraduate diploma.
Okay.
So I knew that if I do that, definitely when I start going to interviews, when they release the posts, I will stand out somehow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I also started exploring different units in the NPA,
Okay.
because there are different units. There's organized crime, there's commercial crime, specialized commercial crime unit, tax unit, and then the general units where they do general prosecutions.
Okay.
And this is at the DPP's level. Remember, there's clusters, which is in the districts and regional courts, and then you go up to the DPP, Director of Public Prosecutions, which is in your provinces. So I said, you know what, I want to go there. And you see these advocates come to the lower courts. Sometimes the matters start in our cluster courts, our lower courts.
Yeah.
You see them coming. You say, well, how can I get there? And I studied the postgrad, and I did money laundering. I think that's the one thing that boosted my knowledge a lot. Money laundering, certificates in money laundering. There's board governance.
I love that you clarified and said the certificate in money laundering. Because, when you say I did money laundering, it's like... A certificate, my friend. Certificate in money laundering.
Yes. So it consisted of that, board governance, statutory interpretation, and compliance management.
Okay.
It was also a totally different to what I do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But I pushed myself, and that broadened my knowledge. So in exploring the different units, I was able to see what this certificate can relate to,
Yeah.
which unit it can relate to.
Yeah.
I thought it was organized crime, but I thought after some time, after, reading and seeing the tough cases, no. It's actually specialized commercial crime.
Okay.
You understand? And I remember me asking, or I got an opportunity to go to one of the trainings for specialized commercial crime units when the mandate changed. It was fraud, it was complex fraud. But then it changed after the Madlanga Commission. They said all those fraud matters that you guys are prosecuting in commercial crime units must go to the clusters.
Okay.
Now you guys are going to be prosecuting serious corruption, fraud and corruption. So all those matters from the Zondo Commission then went to the specialized commercial crime. So I remember going to that training. And then our chief prosecutor said, you know what? You are now going to be in specialized commercial crime.
Okay.
Then I started applying to the DPP's offices with that little knowledge that I have.
Yeah.
It was a year, space of a year
Okay.
after getting promoted into regional court. And I started applying to the DPP's office. I applied for tax, I applied for organized crime, I applied for specialized commercial crime, those 3 units.
Okay.
I got accepted into all 3.
Wow.
I wasn't the most popular because the first post that I got was tax units. I went to the tax units. I started there in February. In the middle of February, I was called to organized crime.
So you moved.
I said, you know what? Thank you.
It's been great. And
I went to organized crime.
Yeah.
I said, now, okay, maybe this one is better, Hey, then I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, this is a bit hectic. Organized crime has got to do with taxi violence and everything. So I'm like, no.
This is a lot.
This is a lot. Let me go to what I wanted initially. In the middle of March, I get called to specialized commercial crime.
Wow.
These are junior posts, by the
Okay.
way, junior advocate posts. And then I got called to specialized commercial crime. I was there for about 2 or 3 months. I got called to a senior post.
Wow.
Which was in PE.
Okay.
So obviously you wouldn't leave the senior post
Yeah.
for the junior post. So that's how I got into senior state advocates. I was in PE for 2 years as well.
Okay.
And then now I've recently started here in Pretoria at our head office at Priority Crimes Litigation Unit, which is also a different kettle of fish. But otherwise, yeah.
I love you have, it seems like you have a superpower of navigating unfamiliar spaces, right? Because you move from initially wanting to do sciences, then you change to law, which is a big shift, especially for a person with a math brain. I also used to have a very big math brain, and you can struggle to go into theory, history particularly, because like we've got creative reading and so on, it's much easier. But now when you have to read law to apply yourself and so on, it can be very tough. And then from that, you then decide to take the unfamiliar route as well, which is the NPA program. Because another person would have thought, okay, you're passing with distinctions. Why not go work at a big law firm? Why not apply there? But you decide to take different routes. You get in there, you check, and you go to different units, different spaces. And these are, I can imagine how change can be very uncomfortable. Like, it's not easy to just wake up and change or adapt to change. What is that one thing that pushes you to continuously have an open heart to change environment if needed, or to have that curiosity to actually want to do better or see what else is out there?
I think you just use the words. It's curiosity.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very curious, and I always want to expand my knowledge. You understand, especially within the NPA.
Yeah.
I noticed. I think one would think that as a prosecutor, you would just be litigating.
Yeah.
And in changing all these environments, I realized no. Prosecution is not necessarily only about litigation.
Yeah.
Understand? So my curiosity is what always drives me, and what I find after that curiosity is what always elevates me and assists me or keeps me going in wanting to know what's next. You understand? So yeah.
I love so much. I love that so much. I love how you are like, you know what? What's happening there at Mazondo, at the Zondo Commission? Because who would have thought? Because we are watching for drama and so on, but you are watching and looking for an opportunity. You're like, actually, where could I fit into this thing? Basically, you want to solve our world problems.
Yeah, because one thing when you look at these things, you see skill. They just short of that little skill. And the NPA usually sources out.
Okay.
Probably they call in a senior counsel to come and prosecute cases, and you're thinking, but there's so many prosecutors within the NPA. Why? It's because we are not skilled enough. We're not skilled at that level. But why not uplift yourself as a person who's within the NPA and study further?
No, I love that. You mentioned earlier how at the time, I'm not sure if that's the same route you took to become an advocate. You didn't need to always do pupillage. So you didn't do pupillage.
Yeah, this is the question that I always get. How do you do pupillage when you're within the NPA? Okay. Being an advocate previously, there's two routes in which you could follow.
Yeah.
You could either do pupillage, or in terms of the old act, you could make an ex parte application in the High Court.
Okay.
And you just become an advocate.
Wow.
You just required to be 21.
Okay.
South African citizen, LLB. What else? I think there's like 5 requirements, but just your LLB, basically. Literally. So you do an ex parte application. There's a certain pro forma, and and you mustn't have been admitted as an attorney.
Okay.
You first have to remove yourself as an attorney first. Then you do your application, or you transition somehow. But otherwise, just your LLB. That was in terms of Section 3 of the old Act, Advocates Admissions Act.
Okay.
So that's all you required. The NPA, usually when they advertised these posts for advocate posts. Now, there's also the one thing that I also want to clarify. In the NPA, when you get to the DPP's level, there are posts. The name is state advocate. That's the first level. Then senior state advocate. And then deputy director of prosecution, then director of prosecution, then national director, special director. But otherwise, the ones that have got advocate, they've got nothing to do with your title as being an advocate. They are just the posts. Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's the name of the post. Senior state advocate. Oh, junior state. Okay, we usually say junior state advocate, but it's actually state advocate when they advertise. And then the next one is senior state advocate.
Oh, okay.
They've got nothing to do with your
title.
Yes,
with
your
you
title.
being an actual advocate.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hence why there was a confusion when the recent witness went into the recent case where they said, but you're an attorney and your name is advocate. No, her post is a state advocate.
Okay.
But she's admitted as an attorney.
Okay.
So now when you are in that post, you need to appear in the High Court.
Okay.
But how do you appear? You have to appear by some sort of way.
Yeah, right of appearance.
Yes, your right of appearance. So what you did is that you go and do a Section 3 application in the High Court and say, can please be admitted as an advocate.
Okay.
So yeah, that is the difference between the two. But now with the new act, everybody needs to go through some sort of training. Yes. Okay. The old section, the old way also, the reason why you need to go through pupillage is because if you wanted to be part of a bar, you needed to do your pupillage.
Yes. Yeah.
So otherwise, but there were 2 ways.
Okay.
Before.
Okay.
And that was if you completed your degree before 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, I love that. And then you are on a date with 18-year-old you. What would you say to her, looking how far you've come in your career?
I'd say, well done, girl.
Okay.
Well done. I know that it's been difficult. I know that, it's been difficult, but otherwise there has also been good things, things that have worked in my favor as well, somehow, by God's grace. Yeah, I'd say well done.
Okay.
Mm.
And what has been the biggest highlight of your career where you saw that, you know what, Mudimo is star?
Head office.
Okay.
I'm at the head office right now. 35 years old at the head office, as a senior state advocate. And yeah, I'd say that is the biggest highlight. I couldn't believe it myself, but yeah.
Love that. And if you were to recommend a book that a person should read that is life changing, what book would you recommend? You don't read? Okay, no, that's fine. A movie that changed your life, podcasts. What do you do for fun? Because it can't be that you're just always locked in.
Yo, it's remembering. What a bad memory. Even when I do watch a movie, it's for that time and then it's out.
And then you move on. Okay. So
Let
what
me just say, I can't think on my feet right now.
No, that's
But
fine.
otherwise, I would say, what is Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Okay. All right. And to a person seated at home who also wants to be at the head office, be a senior state advocate, what would you say to them? What are your words of encouragement to them?
Yeah, I'd say don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
That is what we usually say, of
Yeah.
course. It's true. Don't give up. And nothing comes easy.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing comes easy. Everything needs work.
Yeah.
Everything needs work. You need to, as I said, lock in whatever you do. Focus on a niche.
Okay.
And go for it.
Okay. Love that. Thank you so much for honoring my invite. You see, it felt like 10 minutes, right? Thank you so much for honoring my invite. I learned so much. And I really wish you the very best in your career. I think God is yet to elevate you and move you to greater heights. You to have a very calming aura. Like you deserve all the beautiful and the nice things. To everyone at home, happy Employment Wednesdays. If you want to see this video on a Tuesday, make sure that you're subscribed to memberships. If you want to see it on a Wednesday, make sure that you subscribe. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And happy Employment Wednesdays.